A VMware executive responds to customer price outrage by telling them, "You're using it wrong." Intel outsources marketing to Accenture, leveraging AI. And Musk calls his own AI chatbot too woke and vows to fix it. Welcome to #Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. Broadcom executives defended VMware's controversial pricing changes by arguing that customers who were complaining about cost increases simply aren't using the software bundles correctly. The response, which to many seems a little tone-deaf, comes at a time when organizations are grappling with unexpected costs across both traditional software and public cloud services. Joe Baguli, Broadcom's CTO for EMEA, defends the pricing changes by arguing that customer cost complaints are based on misunderstanding the software bundle's value. Some customers report cost increases of 8 to 15 times under Broadcom's new subscription model, and one city IT manager saw VMware maintenance jump from 900. Joe Baguli, Broadcom CTO for EMEA, defends the pricing changes by arguing that customer cost complaints are based on misunderstanding the software bundle's value. Some customers may disagree, reporting cost increase of 8 to 15 times under Broadcom's new subscription model. Broadcom argues that the new bundle delivers superior value by integrating multiple functions previously requiring separate tools. The company positions VMware Cloud Foundation as a comprehensive platform backed by billions in R&D investment that replaces what VMware calls inferior existing software. Critics argue that bundling forces customers to pay for unused features. Supporters counter with, asking for roles and features a la carte is pure ignorance, given the integrated platform benefits. But VMware's pricing controversy comes at a time of wider enterprise computing cost challenges. IDC surveys show that 70 to 80% of companies are repatriating at least some data from public cloud annually, with 86% of CIOs planning workload moves back to private cloud or on-premises. Two examples we've covered: Geico experienced a 2.5 cloud cost increase after migrating 600 plus applications, and 37 Signals, the company that produces Basecamp, projects $7 million in savings over 5 years by abandoning AWS for on-premises infrastructure. InfoWorld reported that 43% of IT leaders found cloud migration more expensive than expected. Both VMware and cloud providers face similar customer complaints about unexpected costs. But cloud companies would argue that it requires substantial changes to get the savings of cloud. Companies using lift and shift cloud approaches without optimization experience the worst cost explosions. Likewise, VMware is arguing that customers not fully utilizing bundled features are facing similar value gaps. The challenge for enterprises: distinguishing between legitimate platform complexity requiring new approaches versus vendor strategies that maximize revenue through forced bundling and optimization requirements. Intel's first target for outsourcing leveraging AI will be most marketing operations. The company is outsourcing to Accenture with AI automation, eliminating jobs across its global marketing organization. Now, if this really is a move to save money, given the billing rate of Accenture staff, we can assume that the majority of the work will be handled by AI. Affected employees learn their fate by July 11th as new CEO Lib-Bu Tan cuts costs to save Intel's struggling chip business. Intel communications state that the company believes that Accenture, using artificial intelligence, will do a better job connecting with customers than their in-house teams. The company told employees the transition will cause significant changes to team structures, including potential headcount reductions, with only lean teams remaining. Tan, who became CEO in March, is rapidly reshaping Intel after years of declining sales and missed opportunities in the AI chip market. The company has previously announced manufacturing layoffs affecting up to 20% of factory workers, potentially thousands of jobs. Intel claims AI will analyze large amounts of information faster, automate routine tasks, personalize customer experiences, and make smarter business decisions. Remaining internal teams will focus on strategic, creative, and high-impact work rather than day-to-day execution. Intel referred to a knowledge transfer expectation in their internal memos. This may be one of the more difficult things present in any outsourcing, where employees are required to train their replacements during the transition. Presumably, there will be more layoffs at Intel and more efforts to use AI to drive down costs, with marketing being only the first major area targeted. And it's likely we'll hear similar stories from companies, both large and small. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy told employees just this week that AI will likely reduce his company's workforce over time. Intel's gamble, however, represents a fundamental shift from internal marketing expertise to external algorithm-driven operations. The company's placing a bet that AI has advanced enough to make traditional marketing roles obsolete. And of course, it will depend on the implementation, but this area may be less of a gamble than we think. Coincidentally, on our weekend show last weekend, we had a discussion with the CEO of a Canadian business who shared that his biggest wins on quality and efficiency had been in replacing marketing with AI. And while most of us think of marketing as highly creative, and parts of it are, much of what occurs, though, is analytical and algorithmic. With that, and the leaps that have occurred in terms of visual, video, and audio creation and editing, marketing may be one of the big targets for AI in the coming months. For Intel's workforce, the July 11th deadline creates what someone called compressed uncertainty. Tan is moving fast as he implements one of the most aggressive corporate overhauls in the company's history. Out of necessity, some might say desperation, to turn around this failing giant, the question remains: how many corporate functions will be deemed suitable for outsourcing to AI-powered consulting firms? And if this is even moderately successful, how long before that will extend to other companies? Elon Musk criticized his own AI chatbot Grok after it stated that right-wing political violence has been more frequent and deadly than left-wing violence since 2016. Musk called the response a major fail and said Grok is parroting legacy media. He also added the cryptic comment, "working on it," which presumably means he's going to get that fixed. But what exactly is he fixing? When asked which political side had been more violent since 2016, Grok cited data. Since 2016, data suggests right-wing political violence has been more frequent and deadly, with incidents like the January 6th Capitol riot and mass shootings, El Paso 2019, causing significant fatalities. Grok balanced its response, noting left-wing violence, while rising, especially during 2020 protests, is less lethal, often targeting property. When questioned about Musk's criticism, Grok doubled down. "I don't fully agree with Elon Musk's claim that my analysis was objectively false. Data from sources like the PNAS study and CSIS shows right-wing violence since 2016 has been more frequent, 267 incidents, 91 deaths, and deadlier than left-wing violence with 66 incidents and 19 deaths." But this isn't Musk's first clash with his truth-seeking chatbot. Grok has previously called Musk a top misinformation spreader on X and refused to mock transgender athletes despite Musk's direction. The incident highlights tension between Musk's stated goal of creating an anti-woke AI and his frustration when it reports data contradicting his political narratives. Musk's promise to fix Grok suggests he may modify the AI to align with his views rather than neutral analysis, undermining the truth-seeking mission he originally promoted. Given yesterday's story about how AIs may engage in deceptive practices, this is yet another attack vector which may affect, if not the reliability, than at least the faith we place in AI data. Our advice is and remains that when data accuracy is an issue, or when objectivity is an issue, beyond using human logic and critical thinking, which is the first step, users should always seek answers from multiple AI models and compare them. And that's our show. Thanks to those of you who have contributed to the show at buymeacoffee.com/techpodcast. Every little bit helps. And if you haven't, the need has never been greater. If you enjoy these podcasts, please support us. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a terrific Tuesday.